Africa, a culturally rich continent, where young people are the majority, but where implementing development strategies to reduce poverty remains an urgent need. Africa is also made of communities wanting to pull through and to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. Today, Canada is trying to change things through different programs, namely the Association of Canadian Community Colleges Education for Employment project. This project helps provide qualified human resources to meet the needs of employers in priority sectors. To accomplish this, Education for Employment is an integrated initiative involving 3 levels of stakeholders: ministerial, institutional, and national networks.
What we're able to offer in Africa, and very effectively over the years, is to build their capacity to provide job-focused training for their people. At the core of it are the institutional partnerships between our best colleges and the equivalent colleges in Africa over a 4-year period, so that they walk together through that process of transformation.
Under this 5-year project, funded by the Canadian International Development Agency, CIDA, 3 countries have been targeted: in the far west, Senegal, and in the southeast, Tanzania and Mozambique. These countries are rich in land, minerals, and human resources. The climate is the envy of tourists, and tourism can also become a profitable primary industry. In Senegal, the EFE program partners with the Ministry of Professional Training, Learning and Crafts in 3 major sectors: the food industry, navigational activities and port-related occupations, buildings and public works. 12 partnerships have been created between Canadian and Senegalese institutions, allowing Canadian colleges to train teachers who will, in turn, train students to become competent employees.
L'approche EPE a été le plus significative dans la mesure où c'est une approche qui met en lien entreprises et établissements de formation professionnelle et technique pour définir les programmes ensemble. Avant, on formait, les étudiants ne trouvaient pas tout de suite du travail. Aujourd'hui, nous avons pris conscience de la nécessité de travailler avec le secteur privé.
Nous avons eu à mettre les curricula en impliquant tous les enseignants, le monde du travail, et actuellement ça nous a permis d'implanter des BTS après une étude d'opportunité un peu partout, et le fruit est là, parce que je crois qu'au moment où on parle, en tout cas pour tous les premiers programmes qui ont été implantés, nous avons eu quand même des résultats qui sont probants.
Il y a une volonté de changement et je pense qu'on a reconnu ici qu'on avait besoin de ce changement-là pour former mieux et répondre aux besoins des collectivités, des communautés et des employeurs.
Le partenariat avec le Canada a été vraiment gagnant-gagnant pour nous. Le partenaire canadien nous aide à améliorer donc, les projets que nous avons identifiés pour régler les besoins des populations.
Nous, l'approche, c'est différent. C'est de former, mais pour donner du sens, pour exercer un emploi. On a formé des gens dans le secteur de l'électromécanique, selon l'approche par les compétences. On a déjà 2 cohortes qui ont été certifiées et tous les finissants ont des emplois bien rémunérés, puis ils peuvent gagner leur vie. On est fiers de ça.
We've been able to form a couple of alliances with some educational facilities in country, one of them being the Kedigu Technical College, which is working out to be a very, very exciting opportunity for us. Last year we actually took 4 students on work experience. It worked out so well that this year we've taken 16.
Avec EPE, c'est un partenariat qui est depuis 2 ans. Ils nous envoient des stagiaires au niveau du bureau que nous répercutons au niveau de notre ferme. On a vu les résultats avec les stagiaires qui ont fait d'excellents résultats sur le terrain et qui ont vraiment amené la ferme à se moderniser et avoir les résultats satisfaisants.
Actuellement, ils sont beaucoup plus opérationnels avec le nouveau système parce qu'ils font beaucoup plus de TP, de travaux pratiques. Donc là, tu peux éventuellement mieux l'utiliser.
Nous sommes la première promotion, ici formée au Sénégal. Donc je peux faire de la géomatique dans mon quartier parce qu'avec les inondations, la géomatique est très sollicitée.
Le matériel est adéquat, nous avons les logiciels, les outils, c'est-à-dire les GPS, les stations totales, donc tout est rond complet en fait.
J'avais l'objectif de devenir entrepreneur. Et là, avec l'insertion du BTS au niveau de notre lycée, j'ai pu écrire mon projet et j'ai commencé à montrer ça aux gens. Et de là, j'ai eu un petit financement pour démarrer un peu de mes activités.
Avant cette formation, j'avais déjà fait des formations techniques, mais à comparer, c'est pas la même. C'était du concret, quoi. C'était du concret. Et ça n'a pas de différence avec ce que je vois actuellement en entreprise, parce que c'est les mêmes éléments, les mêmes équipements, les mêmes composants. Donc je ne me suis pas dépaysé.
Quand je suis allé en stage au niveau de la division de l'urbanisme et de l'habitat de Thiès, j'ai pu réaliser mon travail avec un succès sans problème, sans trop de difficultés en fait.
Ça a changé ma vie parce que maintenant je suis devenu un électricien qui est performant dans ce que je fais.
C'est un beau moyen de transfert d'expertise et d'appui aussi à des pays en développement qui ont une volonté de pouvoir former leur main-d'œuvre pour répondre au marché de l'emploi.
The main goal of the EFE program is to contribute in a more effective manner to reducing poverty in Senegal through the development of its citizens' job readiness. The productivity sector's commitment and measures facilitating entrepreneurship are supported by the partnership between institutions and employers. There is still much work to be done, but the will is there. In Tanzania, the EFE program seeks to reach the goal of developing a competitive workforce so that citizens can get jobs. Bringing together decision makers, businesses, and college is the key to success. 12 partnerships between Canadian and Tanzanian colleges have been established in 3 major areas: agriculture, mining, and tourism.
The main aim of this project is to reduce poverty reduction in the community.
EFE project is very important because it intends to give the relevant skills in the relevant productive sectors.
They've really had the chance to develop competency-based training approaches, which has been quite a shift from what they've been doing in the past. And they've also been able to gain the skills to develop their curriculum, to make them much more relevant to local labor market needs.
The whole process starts with finding labor market information. So we conduct labor market surveys. We have people who volunteer to give information concerning skills needed in the labor market.
The EFE has made a tremendous difference to Tanzania in terms of meeting to the needs of industry through engaging the institutions with industry, creating a curriculum that is directly out of what industry has requested.
In our area, we want to train more of young people so that they can change from the business they are doing. Their fathers were doing the very little farming, to change to a big farming so that they can do it as employment for themselves, not waiting for government to do something for them.
Canada can bring both technical assistance but also capacity building. I mean, in terms of really helping the Tanzanians to gain skills, knowledge, and confidence.
So far we have received so many teaching materials, like teaching gears, tourism gears, like tents, like smokes, like kayaks.
I think that capacity to move from a knowledge-based sort of chalk and talk style of education to the competency-based style of education, where we're really operating in a demand-driven fashion. I think that's the key.
A number of our teachers underwent instructional skills workshop in Tanzania as well as in Canada. These staffs, when they came back, they started training our own people there. So we have qualified staff who can be able to give instructional skills to other staff.
It has given me experience of methods of teaching, techniques of how to teach, designing my lessons.
I've got small skills in French, English, and also in tour guiding and the how to handling of the client during the airport. Yeah.
They are the one who are doing the lesson rather than the teacher. By doing so, they practice more and they become competent. They get the skills.
Without the AFA, these soft skills we have incorporated now in our syllabus would not have been there. So we believe now the graduates which we are producing now, they are better than the previous ones. Students are working in this Tourist Information Center as part of their practical. After classes, normally we finish classes at 2. Thereafter, 2 students every day, they go and work there for 4 hours.
Yes, I like my job and I'm happy.
EFE has helped us to bring us together, the employers, the government, and the TVET institutions. TVET institutions are now focusing more on training people and giving them the skills that employers are looking for.
If the project gives the relevant skills to the relevant sectors, that will spill over to other sectors. So Tanzania expects very much from this project.
Students who have gone through the program, IFE program, will have more skill and exposure because of the interaction, the facilities which have been exposed to them, have definitely given them an upper hand in the whole way of doing business.
Skilled people get jobs, and jobs is a really effective way to reduce poverty. It's the most sustainable. All the evidence is showing that this is the best way towards sustaining a long-term socio-economic progress for most of sub-Saharan Africa.
Strengthening the agricultural, mining, and tourism sectors by creating local qualified labor is the solution. Investing in education as a first step is producing tangible and lasting results for Tanzania.
We actually need it, and we are just somehow at the middle of the whole process of skilling the Tanzanians for productive work and competitiveness in our country.
Mozambique was marked by 16 years of civil war following their independence in 1975. The country is now experiencing a period of modest economic growth. However, their education system lacks the structure to produce graduates who can meet industry's needs. ACCC, through the EFE program, created 12 education partnerships to improve skills in the tourism, construction, mining, fisheries, and food processing sectors.
Educação significa a pessoa estar preparada para enfrentar os desafios do dia a dia. E os desafios do dia a dia passam também por ter uma profissão para poder, portanto, alimentar a sua família, por um lado, e por outro, para haver desenvolvimento no próprio país.
We face a huge gap in terms of skills. So we need skills in Mozambique. We need to develop our people so that they can get jobs.
We're still exporting manpower from outside, unfortunately. And the effort now is to try to provide our people with the necessary qualification to take care, to take responsibility in these all different areas. The design of this new curriculum have been done with the strong collaboration with these employers. They are those who are telling us what kind of competences they need, what kind of skills they need.
O currículo é conseguido em 3 ou 4 processos. É a criação de um comitê técnico setorial que envolve todos os empregadores de realce, uma equipe técnica que define com estes setores os padrões de competência e depois vai ao painel de validação e a seguir vai à Corep e assim é aprovado.
Notre rôle principal dans le programme actuel, c'est surtout de les appuyer dans le développement du curriculum, du nouveau curriculum basé sur le système par compétences. L'étudiant n'est plus un récepteur passif maintenant. L'étudiant devient un élément, devient un agent de sa propre formation.
The normal school, we don't have practice. We don't have to go to the campus to practice anything. And here in the APA program, we have this opportunity to go there and learn more than we learned here at school.
The difference is that because in that kind of a course we have a practical lesson, for example. It's different as another system of education, where we used only to read books without any practice. In this kind of a course, sometimes we used to go to hotel, to go to agents, to go to anywhere to learn and to see how people used to do something. You know.
Falando particularmente da VAL, quase 90% dos que entram pelo programa de estágio acabam entrando no quadro do pessoal, entendeu? Com isso, eu afirmo que o programa de estágio é de extrema importância, entendeu?
Fomos ver qual é o segredo para que se possa dar uma formação técnica. A formação, a maior parte do tempo, são as aulas práticas. Tanto tem teoria, mas muita prática, porque eles têm equipamentos para a prática.
L'école qu'on travaille avec au nord, à Messimboa, est une école secondaire. Alors, il n'avait aucune historique, si on peut dire, dans le secteur de la pêche ou de la transformation du poisson. On a été capable de former quand même 10 enseignants dans le secteur de sécurité alimentaire, ce qui est très bien. Et le but là-dedans, c'est qu'eux, par la suite, peuvent transférer leurs connaissances au plus grand nombre de gens possible, même à l'extérieur des murs de l'école.
We introduced competency-based education and training, and the response was just great because they could see that it was applied. Each of the competencies related to a skill, that skill would relate to developing their own businesses or working for bigger companies, so it was very positive.
A outra modificação importante é que aqueles que são formados têm garantia de que a sua formação é usada, é absorvida pelo mercado do trabalho, pelo setor privado. Portanto, há um casamento fácil e concreto entre o setor privado e este projeto.
Le changement le plus important, je pense, du programme Éducation pour l'emploi au Mozambique, c'est la capacité de mettre en réseau les gens. Autant dans les projets, on a fait travailler en collaboration des centres de formation professionnelle et des instituts qui n'ont pas l'habitude de travailler ensemble, autant au niveau national dans le cadre des forums.
We are operating in 2 EFE projects. We've brought trainees from both institutions together, and some of the learnings that one of the institution had, they shared it with the other institution and vice versa. So that's helped leverage some of the results of the project.
I see that this project can be a catalyst for other development of other partnerships, but it's a program that needs to be cherished by the teachers, by the school directors. It is already a learning experience for Mozambique, but can be used by other partners.
The results are there. For example, in Nampula, they are processing fruits, they are producing juice, they are processing and they are selling.
Mozambique's economic recovery will be achieved through the education of its people and the development of qualified workers in stable jobs. Although the EFE program is now well established and good results are being measured, there is still plenty of work to be done before complete autonomy is reached.
My reflection on the EFE program are: we need to focus, decentralization, strong partnership with the private sector, it's a must, social inclusion, and finally, we need to dare to create and innovate. That's the strength of our Canadian colleges.
ACCC really makes a difference because we help people lead productive lives, find jobs, create their own businesses, and develop their own careers towards the future.
All are in agreement that employment skills development is a powerful engine that drives sustainable development and poverty reduction in society. And partnerships between the productivity sector and training institutions are a necessary condition for progress. When people are educated and possess the tools to work or start their own business, they are proud, they are independent, and they open the door to a stronger economy.